And welcome back to Bromandy, everybody. Chris is here once again with a top 10 list. Today we enter one of the most popular community debates. Who should be the characters added to the Smash Bros. 4 by fan opinion? Well, today I'll be giving you some of my top 10 picks as well as why I believe some others aren't going to be on my list. And please remember, this is my list. I will be happy to hear all different opinions in the comment section and will respond accordingly. One last thing, characters such as Wolf, Ice Climbers, Snake, and Pichu will not be on this list. I feel like eventually they'll be complimentary DLC at best, and probably won't be included in the fan poll, so don't hold your breath, but alas. So without further ado, let's get started. At number 10, Simon Belmont. Here we have the face of the Castlevania franchise, which is a classic to most Nintendo fans, especially from the SNES era. The fact that a character from this series hadn't been selected yet is actually quite shocking to me, considering its popularity and uniqueness of character play that could be Simon Belmont. Obviously, a character based around whip combat would be only rivaled by that of Zero Suit Samus. I believe that the fan pool and overall freshness of this character pretty much solidifies this at number 10, and that's about all I have to say about Simon. At number 9, we have Chante. I know a lot of people are actually really hyped about Chante, especially the people over at Nintendo. So speaking of actual fresh characters, Chante would be about as fresh as they come. Coming from a company known as Way Forward, who's actually been in Nintendo's corner almost since the beginning. They are looking to add a face of their franchise, and Chante is the perfect pick. A female character who uses magical genie powers as well as potential scimitar attacks and dancing skills pretty much will overshadow any female character we're already working with. So I would be pleased to have her added, but like I said, we got 8 more characters to go. Let's keep going. At number 8, Vies. Now, most of the Smash universe has probably seen Vies sometime in the past and thought nothing of it. However, Vies is a grand character in my eyes. Thank you for the rhyming skills. Coming from a game known as Skies of Arcadia on the Dreamcast, and it was re-released on the Nintendo GameCube sometime later, it has more of a cult following than overall general popularity. Vies, a dual sword wielder, can use elemental powers in his blades, or powers of the moons if you actually played the game, to cause different effects to his enemies depending on their elements, you know, kind of Pokemon style, this element beats that element. So I would actually imagine his style to be similar to that of Shulk, with Pikmin effects. You can imagine shuffling through styles of swords and getting different elements on them. I think that would be actually kind of neat. But while this character is pretty far off the Smash board and community, here at Bromandy we are welcome to dream. Anyway, moving on to number 7, Bayonetta. Now, I'm actually not a player of this series, but I can kind of see the hype. I've seen gameplay from this. I watched JonTron's review of Bayonetta, and the action and flair of this game is quite intriguing, and it kind of blows me away. Plus, adding this fan base to Smash, I think, would be serve Nintendo well in the long run. But from, like I said, from commoner's knowledge, I pretty much see Bayonetta's style as a quick range attack style, kind of fast gun style, not like that of a Mega Man or Lucario where it's charged up and just absolutely blows you away. So add in like maybe a battle style similar to that of Zero Suit with quick firing attacks. I believe we got ourselves a legitimate contender here at number 7. Moving onward though, we have number 6, Geno from Mario RPG. And I can remember the days of Mario RPG on the SNES and the moment of nostalgia, you know, when you meet this character, Geno. Now Geno is a protector from another world who takes on the form of a child's like toy action figure doll thing in order to join Mario's quest to save the world. So that's just in case you weren't familiar with Geno, by the way. But Geno boasts moves of kind of like a star power, so I expect things such range moves such as beams, like, you know, starlight type things. Like I said, I'm not really sure how they would do it. I mean, that's how it was based in the game. So more of a small speed character as well. So while I believe the Mario franchise actually has plenty of characters and doesn't need the Waluigi and Daisy, you know, carbon copies of other characters, I think Geno would fit in without angering every other fan base in the Smash community. At number 5 though, we have Shovel Knight, a game that in the past year or so has absolutely blown away in popularity. It is super hyped right now. So I see Shovel Knight as a really strong contender, and I actually think that an indie title is needed in Smash Universe to extend its wings to future releases of Smash. But yes, Shovel Knight will be a unique character due to like the potential of basically the shovel by itself. If you've seen the gameplay, he'll sport a variety of down smashes, similar to that probably of Toon Link. And then based on his armor, I can see him kind of having a defensive ground game, but once he gets in the air, having a very strong aerial attack. So like I said, the possibilities are endless for him. But like I said, I don't want to dive too much into his moves, since like most of it's probably going to be speculation. Like I said, and I haven't actually played Shovel Knight, I've just seen online gameplay of other YouTubers playing it. So I believe he's a good shot, that's why I got him here at the mid-level of number 5. At number 4, I have Chrono from Chrono Trigger, and I can already hear, somewhere far away, Marcus dying inside. Because he loves Chrono Trigger. He actually, like in one of our other podcasts, he said it was his favorite game. But he obviously prefers other characters in the game other than that of Chrono. However, I don't see this game getting an entry unless it's of the face of the game, which is Chrono. Especially since like how all other games that have been released in Smash have the main face pretty much going in first. The only example I can think of that not happening is Chrom from Fire Emblem, but even then we got Robin, so regardless, I believe a throwback character from the SNES days from Square Enix nonetheless would be a solid addition. And based on what we can tell from Chrono, he'll be highly offensive in both speed attacks as well, so I imagine his defense and offstage game to be pretty weak, but hey, there are plenty of offensive characters who do just fine by themselves, and I am looking at you, Ike. But moving forward, we have number 3, Knuckles from the Sonic franchise. Finally, a second addition to the Sonic lineup. But let's look at this in depth a little bit, because I believe he would be a great addition to the game simply because of his indifference to Sonic. While I believe he's going to be more of a ground game brawler type, hits really hard, but I believe he'll move kind of similar to that of Sonic. Like I said, it's not going to be completely speed-based and combo-based like Sonic is. And I believe this will give the Sonic fans 2 really loved characters that they enjoy, but with 2 different play styles, so they're not feel like they're playing with the same thing over and over again. Which I believe, like I said, will just in general make the game more fun. And while I'm on this topic, though, note I do not have Shadow on this list, and honestly, I think the fan base thinks Shadow is a better character and probably loves him more. But I believe he is too close of a carbon copy to Sonic, whereas Knuckles, I believe, gives us a different approach. So, like I said, and there's already too many carbon copy characters, so I'm trying to avoid that best I can with this list. So, anyway, here's to Knuckles riding in on a missile in very sexy fashion. Number 2, we have Isaac. Now, there has been a lot of push for Isaac into Smash ever since even Brawl was out, hence, he was added as a trophy that you can use in battle in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But for those of you who don't know, Isaac is the lead protagonist from a game called Golden Sun, released on the Game Boy Advance by a company known as Camelot. Now, this game is probably also more of a cult following, which actually, like I said, I seem to be getting really into, but its popularity, screw my speech, its popularity was overwhelming when it actually first came out, especially for RPGs back in the day. And here's where I believe Isaac really stands out. His uniqueness is going to be compared to that of probably Robin. While wielding, he's going to have a sword for basic hits. Most of his moveset, I believe, will revolve around his Psi Energy moves. So if you can imagine his moveset revolving around like Earth Elemental moves, but here is the groundbreaking, most unique point. His grappling game, I believe, will be the best out of any Smash character in the game. Because in Golden Sun, he could push and grab things from afar using his Psi Energy powers, but powerful grabs and magical moves, I believe, would just make his game overall, that would be his set. So imagine a character with low defense and low jump, but powerful grabs and like elemental powers. Something we've actually not really seen yet, so it would be fun to enjoy. And that's why Isaac actually sits so high on my list at number 2. And finally, at Bromandy here at number 1. Guys, you all guessed it, you know me. Crucius' face of the channel. Lloyd Irving. Bias? Yeah. But just due to bias, definitely not. Tales of Symphonia is obviously my favorite game, and Lloyd obviously my favorite character. However, Bandai Namco helped develop this game, and like I said, outside of Pac-Man, they don't have any other characters, so I believe they actually need one more, and who better than Lloyd, who is the face of the Tales franchise, to take this spot. Like I said, as a dual wielder, his moves and Tales, they already use the directional system, like the up B, the down B, the left B, which fit the Smash genre totally. But they also used aerial, they're ground-based, they can be used to jump, they can be ranged. Like I said, the possibilities are endless for Lloyd, and I believe he'd be the best choice for the first dual-wielding character. Like I said, the moveset's already there, and fan opinion for him actually, like I said, from what I've seen on Reddit and other things like that, is really quite high. And with the recent release of the Mii skin that has him on it, I believe there's a push. because his Mii skin was released next to that of King K. K. Rool, which is leading the fan poll if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, I didn't put him on here because he's pretty much going to get in the game anyway. But I believe strongly Lloyd is getting a push, and I really hope he makes it in this game. And as far as his character goes, I see him as a speed combo player with moderate attack, moderate defense, kind of like that, but he has good speed combos, so I'm hoping to see what they can do with him. But just to have Lloyd deign my presence in a Smash game would simply be divine justice. Now, before we leave the list, actually, I understand that I didn't add King K. Rool, like I said, or Banjo, Kazooie, or Bomberman, or Rayman, or some of those other characters, or the Inklings. And like I said, I see people's arguments for these, but just know I have respect for all of them. I just don't see them in Smash, and I don't really care to have them. Not that if they threw Bomberman in the game, I'd be ecstatic. We'd play with Bomberman. Bomberman's cool. And same for all the other characters. But like I said, I just have a different preference than other people. And like I said, that's fine. Like I said, I have a JRPG pool. I like sword characters. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the Fire Emblem characters, things like that. I just love Smash in general. Like I said, I believe any character they have will be fun. But like I said, this is just my top 10 list of things I like. But please, feel free to talk to us in the comments. And thank you for listening to my list. Check out our anime reviews, as well as our character classroom run by Marcus, and our occasional podcast, if you so desire. To stay with us here at Bromandy, please leave us a like, or even subscribe if you feel like it. But much thanks for me, and until next time, this is Crucius saying goodbye from Bromandy. Later, guys.